Hi, everyone. This is Charles Hoskinson broadcasting from warm, sunny Colorado. Always warm, always sunny, sometimes Colorado. So today is September 27th, 2022. I wanted to make a quick video to talk about a idea scale proposal that I believe is passed called Daedalus Turbo. Let me share my screen. So here's the proposal. Daedalus Turbo, 10 times quicker sync. And it says the problem statement is that Daedalus, the centralized Cardano wallet, is painfully slow, taking a whole day to sync initially and hours to resync when used only occasionally, an unfavorable impression of Cardano for new users. It's true, it's a full node, and every full node in the industry suffers from this problem for a variety of computer science reasons. So, anyway, looking at the solution set, because they do some calculations, they say, well, we should improve the network utilization and say prepare a method for a more efficient delivery of historical blockchain data over network for a new Daedalus setup. We don't have a sync problem. You get with the network protocol, the way it's designed, information as fast as you can. This is not something BitTorrent is going to solve because you can get the blocks, you can have a snapshot of the blocks, but you still have to do the validation. And then it says things like prepare an algorithm for quicker reconstruction of wallet history for on-chain blockchain data. And we have at least two approaches that are attractive indexing and better utilization of multi-core CPUs. Okay. But again, you have to verify cryptographic operations, and these are transitative. So you have to do a sweep of the entire history unless you short circuit the cryptographic operations. So you can't just put B-tree indexes or hash tables or these things unless you're proposing that you want to bootstrap from a checkpoint. Okay. Create a Daedalus launcher wrapper desktop apps for Windows and Mac OS and command line utilities for Linux, allowing general public to benefit from quick syncs while the algorithms are reviewed by IO for inclusion in mainstream code. There's a lot here, and it seems to be a decent team. I don't know if they've ever reached out to us or talked to us. Maybe they have, but it didn't get to my level yet. So just let people know there is a plan to make Daedalus a lot faster, and that's Mithril. Mithril allows parallel validation of epochs, and then you can utilize a lot of these computer science techniques that Alex is talking about. But it does look like this idea has been funded. So what we'll do is reach out to the team that's planning on doing this execution work. And actually, it would be really cool if this team has the capabilities to do the Mithril integration into the existing Daedalus code base. That'd be great. But I just wanted to bring this up real quickly. It just came across my desk literally 5 minutes ago, and I'm a bit surprised by it. I haven't really looked too much into all of the proposals that Fund 9 has approved. And Daedalus Turbo, I understand the need, but people do understand you're running a server, you're running a database, and you're running all the wallet infrastructure. It's a full node. It's a very heavy artifact. And it's not a network problem where it's just slow download speeds that are causing this. The issue here is that when you get the history, you start from Genesis block and you have to sweep through the entire history. You cannot necessarily, unless you have checkpoints, parallelize the data because one depends on the other. It's a recursive structure. So one block goes to the next block, goes to the next block, and you have to follow that tree as it grows. We've done a lot of things to try to optimize this wherever we can. And you've noticed throughout the years that we've introduced new data structures and other things to make it as fast as possible. In fact, UTXO HD is about adding an actual database into Daedalus when your application's turned off for storage, because actually Daedalus uses memory database, and that's as fast as it gets. So this is just a reality of all full nodes in the entire industry since back to Bitcoin. There is no silver bullet unless you introduce new cryptography with different security assumptions to make it much faster, or else we would have done that. I am a Daedalus user. I'm one of the people who's most frustrated by this particular problem, and I feel the umbrage about it, which is why we started the Mithril program, and we started talking about a quick sync algorithm that Mithril would enable. Now, it would be cool to have a parallel development team take Mithril as it gets more mature and build that fast sync into Daedalus to speed up that delivery to market. And actually, with the Catalyst funds here, if the team's capable, it would be really cool to add them in as core developers in that respect. But I'm going to obviously get asked questions about it, and we now have to talk to Alex and the rest. And I apologize, Alex, if you've already talked to my engineers. I've just literally seen this, and so I just wanted to immediately make a video about it. We really love the fact that the community wants to touch core infrastructure, and this is the whole point of the members-based organization and the concept of a technical fellows program, so you can separate requirements and specifications from actual implementations. And our hope is to get rid of the notion of an official wallet altogether and instead have a certified wallet versus uncertified. And under the certification standards, you can put functional and non-functional requirements, including benchmarking and performance requirements for user experience. And it would be really cool to build some protocols to make things run faster. That was literally the point of Mithril, was to massively accelerate things like bootstrapping a full node and so forth. But you have to understand a serial process is just that. It's a straight arrow, and you can't really cut parts of the arrow up and run them in parallel threads or be clever about data structures unless you're willing to trust a checkpoint. If you're willing to do that, you can actually have a full node with no validation, which is a light client at the end of the day, just with more data in that respect. But if you use Mithril with the same trust model, then what you can do is assign a Mithril certificate to an entire epoch. Then you can run all epochs in parallel, and each epoch could be on a different processing core, whether it be GPU or an actual CPU core, and then you can validate 18 at a time and run as multi-threaded as people can allow. It would be nice to have different transmission media, but BitTorrent is not secure. It uses a mechanism called kademlia, and secure kademlia even has problems. And that's why we constructed the network protocol that we constructed and the peer-to-peer protocol that we constructed for Cardano. Now, there's probably a lot of ways to accelerate this, but it has problems. Asymmetry attacks, DDoS attacks, Eclipse attacks. These are known issues. So if you create a bootstrap process that can be DDoSed or hijacked, you're actually creating a security vulnerability on the network side of the system. We're definitely, as I said, going to reach out, and we'd love to find a way to work with this team. This shows you the decentralization of Cardano. We don't have any control over the distribution of Catalyst funds. So if the community wants this, this project will get funded. And we're always willing to work with anybody who has engineers and funding and they're capable of doing things. So we'll roll out the red carpet and we'll find a way to accomplish that. As for Turbo, I do believe we can get great performance, and I think it'll be end to the processing threads once we have a proper protocol to bootstrap from, so Mithril in particular. And that would be a great integration into the Daedalus team. So just a quick video about this, and I'll have more news for you guys in my next AMA, and as we have a chance to kind of circle through and talk to everybody, and messages received about core infrastructure. We do understand the frustration. I have it myself in that respect, but you have to understand this is not unique to Cardano. This is literally the user experience of all cryptocurrencies that are real cryptocurrencies, because a full node is everything. It's a server, it's a database, it's a wallet, it's the whole stack, and it has a lot going on under the hood. While running Daedalus, you are running a full copy of Cardano. You have the DNA of Cardano in that code base, and any one of these nodes could restore Cardano in that respect. Okay. All right. I'll talk to everybody soon. Cheers.